Hello and welcome to the Elusive Isolation podcast. Elusive Isolation is like a little blog thingy, connects people together. It's like the new social interweb, it's like the new Facebook in Perth. I wanted to start a podcast just for fun, and this is the first podcast. We've got 4 people here today, 4 mics going. It's a bit crackly for some reason, but I don't know why, but who cares. And I would just like to go around and introduce everyone. To my left, we've got Anna. Hello. And then we've got Claire.
Hello.
And then we've got Alex.
Oh, hello.
Hello. So I don't really have any plan for this podcast at all, really. But I guess if all else fails, the sort of format I like to take is talking about the past, then the present, and then the future, if that makes any sense. And so I figured since this is the first one, we could introduce ourselves and say like, hi, and what we've done in the past or what we like doing, and we can go from there. So, Anna, what do you like to do? Who are you?
I work as a collective with Claire and another friend of ours called Laura, who's at work at the moment.
What is that collective called?
I was just getting to that.
Oh, sorry.
We're called Intercollective.
I'm trying to be a host here.
Sorry.
Because I'm classy.
Yeah, that's probably good. A bit of prompting. We've been working for about a year together and on various different projects which are sort of based around social situations and the setting up of different events or situations with the aim to invite an audience into a space or a situation, and sort of the idea of interaction and participation.
Okay, cool. Next to Anna is her colleague Claire. How's it going, Claire?
It's going alright.
Yeah. So who are you? What brings you here? How did you get here?
I would just walk down the road.
Yeah. Claire just lives up the road from the Jimmerish FM studio. She's pretty lucky.
Yeah, it's a good location.
Yeah. She gets a $10,000 bonus on her real estate values by just living near me. The famous locale of Jimmerish FM.
It's a famous Perth attraction.
Yeah.
Bell Tower.
Jimmerish.
Ferris wheel.
Jimmerish, yeah. I think Perth could do some more attractions. Yeah. I wish like they got one of those rides at Adventure World with you sort of ride the pigs around.
Yeah. Oh, Claire about that.
Oh, you're a pig rider.
I'm a pig lover. I don't know about pig rider.
Oh, sorry, I just jumped to a conclusion there.
Yeah. Maybe one day. I'm more interested in like miniature pigs though than
rideable pigs.
As such. Alex, you're missing good opportunities.
I know. I'm holding back. And it's not gold. Right?
Yeah, true.
I got a good one
Gold.
yesterday. Yeah.
Comedy gold?
David said, didn't expect it to look like that. And that's a good one.
What? When he was going to the toilet?
Yeah. And then I said, that's what she said.
That's what she...
Yeah.
What are we, like 5 minutes into this?
If you're playing drinking games at home, every time Alex says, that's what she said, you can take a shot.
Yeah. No, we don't want to kill our listeners.
So, sorry, yes, Claire, how did you get here apart from...
Walking down the road?
Yeah, conceptually, how did you...
How did I arrive at being an artist, or... No,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, my background is, as well as working with the Intercollective, I have probably in the last year mainly just done collective work, which has been really nice and exciting. But I also studied last year So this has been my first year.
Where did you
without
study?
studying. UWA. The whole intercollective studied at UWA. Actually,
Oh, so you
that's
met?
how we met. Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
What did you do there?
fine arts.
Oh,
Yeah.
Was that any good for the kids out there? Worth doing?
Yeah, I think. Well, I actually started at Curtin University, and I
Oh, those
moved
bloody
over.
Curtains.
I made the shift to
That's a very unique
They're weird.
person
UWA.
who
I'm
actually
probably
made the shift
the
from
only
Curtin to
person.
UWA instead of the other way around.
Yeah. That's because I wanted to do more theory. So I would recommend UWA if you're interested in theory, art theory,
Oh, really? So
more than
Curtin,
studio.
they don't know what they're talking about, really. They just like doing
They
stuff.
just don't do as much.
Oh.
I wouldn't go as far as to say they don't know what they're talking about. I don't want to offend anybody. But, yeah, I don't know. Personally for me, that was just what I decided to do. So, yeah, UWA was okay. I can't say much about it now because I think it's changed quite a lot and I don't
hate
know.
that.
But yeah, I've applied for uni in Tasmania next year at the Tasmanian School of Art in Hobart. So just waiting to hear back from them.
Man, everyone's gone to Tasmania. It's like the arts
Really?
capital of Australia.
Who
Yeah.
else is going?
I have some few friends that go there to do animation.
Oh yeah,
Two
Yes.
people. I knew a couple of people have gone there for dancing.
it's pretty good.
And there's some other people I think just went there for music. For there's a music course down there. So.
We thought we were the only ones.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're both going?
And Laura.
Oh,
We've
the whole
all
into the
tried
collective's
to
going.
actually move
Oh.
it's a
to
pilgrimage.
Are you gonna drive over?
No,
Road trip?
we might stake a flag at some point though, like when all three of us have arrived.
We're going to write a manifesto.
Have you made
before
design
we
the
go.
flag?
No, but it's going
No.
to come after the manifesto.
What's the
Might
what?
be some kind of like
What's the
sheet
manifesto?
or rag. Oh, that's probably what's next for the intercollective.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about future yet, or should we save that for later?
We're still in the
Oh right,
past.
okay, yeah, cool.
Are we still
That's-
in the past?
No, we'll stay in the past for now.
Okay, yeah.
That's way
All
cool.
right.
Yeah, retro.
Because it's already happened, yeah. Okay. So yeah, Anna and Claire are in the intercollective together, 2 parts of 3, and next to Claire is someone completely different.
Now for something completely different.
Is Alex. So who are you, Alex? And what do you do?
I'm Alex, and I'm an alcoholic. Well, today I am anyway. Well, last night I was.
Yeah. Now,
Fine.
did you have another drink in the morning? That's the true sense of
Yeah.
alcoholic is you start
Yeah.
drinking as soon as you wake up.
Well, not when I woke up, but I was technically drinking in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
As the vomit was coming out, it was sort of reabsorbing the
Yeah,
alcohol
straight
back to my
back in.
body.
Yeah.
Through my throat.
Yeah. It's it's a good hangover cure. I heard. I think maybe.
Mhm.
Anyway, I arrived here on a bike, but before that, years before that,
Oh yeah.
I arrived with my guitar, and I've been playing in a band for a while with a few people. Previously, the name was Bus Number 56. Changed it because it was a bit of a mouthful. That's what she said. And now with Sons of Rico. So I've been playing with Adam Weston, who has been playing with a band called Birds of Tokyo for the past few years. So I've been sharing him around. And yeah, don't shake your head. You're laughing. Right. Yeah. So with Bus 56, we released an EP that travelled quite well. We've done a few gigs around. We've done many gigs around Perth, and done a few regionals like in Kalgoorlie and
How was
Collie.
Kalgoorlie? Did they have skimpies?
yeah, it's great.
In where you were playing, or you just went and saw them?
Possibly where we were playing. I was too busy like with my guitar
Rocking out,
solos,
yeah. Fair
to
enough.
notice the boobies. But yeah, we did go. No, I don't think we did go in.
Where did you go?
Skimpies.
Like
In
you just saw
Kalgoorlie.
them in the bar
Yeah,
because they're everywhere.
yeah. They're just
Yeah.
it's a problem in Kalgoorlie. They're just on the streets.
They have them featured as well. Like, I saw it when I was there, written on chalkboards. Like, tonight's
Yes,
Skimpy
yeah.
is like, and then their like
It's
stage
Sheila.
name, whatever.
Shortboards and skimpies always go together.
Yeah, Sheila. What's his name? Bob's daughter from up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come of age.
So we've been through a number of players in our time, mostly bass players, and just right now we've gone from being a 3-piece to a 5-piece now. So the sound has been changing accordingly. Won't talk about the future yet, but we've got plans. Yeah, but it's still in the past. Yeah, I think we're up to speed, up to date now. I think.
Do you want to talk about the internet?
Internet. Yeah. Okay. I like the internet.
You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's right, because you actually make money somehow.
Yeah, to fuel my addiction.
And you actually make money in a creative way.
Yeah,
which is
I
pretty
make
cool.
websites. That started out by making a website for the band, and people saw that and they're like, "Hey, can you do me one?" I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay, how much do you want? How much do I want? This is fun. Come on. So I was taken for a ride for many, many years, and now I make money out of it because I realise I can. I design and program, so I've just freelance stuff at the moment. Not going to work for the man just yet.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking about the internet, found out on the internet they found water on the moon.
Oh yeah, today.
Yeah,
This is a historic day that we're recording.
yeah.
Um,
This is
So
water,
maybe-
moon water day.
maybe we'll be going to
Oh,
the moon
that's
soon.
really nice.
Let's have a drink.
Water? Anyone?
Let's have a whiskey.
I'm sure they'll start bottling it soon. You can buy it.
They found whiskey on the moon too.
Oh yeah.
No, not really.
Man, imagine how much a bottle of moon whiskey that's purified with moon water would cost. It'd be like,
Moon
billions of
whiskey.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
I can't wait till that happens.
Yeah.
Moonshine.
That's what she called.
Okay, so that's everyone introduced. Sorry, well,
Not yourself.
oh, not me.
Talk about you.
Right. Well, I was just gonna, get people to plug themselves. Where do you find Intercollective? Like, if people want to find out what you're doing.
We're
We're
like,
a little bit elusive. Well, we
Yeah.
would really like to have a website. Looking directly at Alex.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys have a Facebook
We
group
should have
though,
got
for the
him
moment.
Oh, we do
years
have a
ago
Facebook
when we
group.
could have taken him for a
Yeah.
ride, but unfortunately now he's getting paid to do
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, so now I'm riding as my
If you join their Facebook group, what would you search for? Is it just Intercollective?
yeah, it's. I think it's just called. It might even be the Intercollective. I don't know. We're kind of scattered. We've got a couple of blogs and a few posts on the Elusive Isolation blog as well, which is kind of, they all sort of detail different projects that we've done. So we're hoping to kind of collate them all together onto just one.
If you join
Kind
their
of
Facebook
website
group,
soon.
you get random requests like, "We need popcorn makers" or
Yeah.
bread makers or something like that.
We will ask
you've
you
been
for your
warned.
appliances.
Yeah. And you,
Multiple
Alex?
times.
Me? Oh, right, plugging. Yes, Sons of Rico on Facebook or sonsofrico.com.
MySpace.
And on MySpace, you know, the usual band rounds where you would find a band, you just plug in the name and Bob's your auntie or uncle. I don't know. He's a cross-dresser or...
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends what he's like. Yeah, and as for my web stuff, I sort of just keep that on the down low
Yeah.
as an email address.
Yeah.
Just got too much work.
Yeah. Can't keep it away.
No. Poke it away with a stick. It's not too much to poke with it.
So while we're in the past, I'm James. People know me because they came here probably through my website anyway, so you can see what I do. I make films and stuff. Jimmerish FM is sort of like an art project, getting people to talk, record it. Yeah, you can find me at jimmerish.com.
Where you are right now.
Yeah, right now.
You found it. Oh.
And jimmerish.com, you can see some of my photos and short films, and I guess you can sort of get an idea of some of the things I like to do. I like to create world as well, but unless you come to one of my parties or something like that, you don't get to see that. Maybe I'm thinking of having a theatre show one day, and then I'll create a world just for the people, and they can pay to come.
Oh, you know, this new place I'm living at in North Perth, the backyard
North
has
Perth.
basically North Perth. Yes, I'm a member of high society now, and there's the backyard has the house is facing the backyard, obviously, but there's a big big wall, and we've set up a stage with leftover milk crates from the Intercollective's last installation performance, and so we're gonna have movie nights, theatre
Sweet.
nights. We can collaborate.
Oh, is that
maybe.
where you're going to have we'll talk about that later, about speech night?
Possibly, yeah.
People get up on stage.
Oh yeah, maybe
Well,
Monday.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you want to do it Monday?
On stage. See,
Yeah,
I think
we can set up a stage.
Is it
there was a bit of a misunderstanding in our emails because
Oh,
I
right.
was kind of thinking we could direct that like actually here, so actually like conjoin the two ideas.
Oh, so people will
Not
be
nec-
speaking in this room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily like on
I
stage.
have
or, like,
wireless microphones for
on
my
a
filmmaking,
Monday
and I
night
can
even.
actually record them on stage and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's all a possibility. I
Well,
don't
we
know.
could
I
talk.
mean,
Maybe
we
that'd be
just need
part
to
of the
talk
Elusive
about it.
Isolation. We could be organising this event, and we can
Yeah.
do something creative on air. Talk about something. So also, while we're in the past, I wanted to talk about what you guys have been consuming. Like, you guys are creators, but what you've been consuming in Perth that's of a creative nature, whether it's art galleries, gigs, music gigs, theatre shows, just in the last 2 months or so.
Well, I think the main thing for us lately has been Free Range Gallery, which is like a new gallery, artist-run initiative. Me and Claire are on the committee for, which launched I think about a month ago or something. So I think we've just been trying to go to all the openings to that. There was some short shows also leading up to the launch, so there's actually been quite a few things happening there in the last maybe 3 months, and that's been pretty exciting, I think, to see that gallery. I was away for a lot of like the actual hard work of getting it up and running, but Claire can vouch for just the transformation, I suppose, of the space. And it's attached to the gasworks, which is also really interesting.
Yeah.
But a space that people don't know about and just totally unutilized, which still is because we can't actually go in there, but still we can go into a spill out area that sort of looks onto it, so people can at least sort of see that it exists, and it's getting probably a lot of unwanted attention. City of Perth's probably getting hounded by people asking them to use it. Anyway, so
What,
yeah.
the space?
the gasworks.
All right,
I
yeah.
think. So
Is that homeless initiative still going on there?
yeah,
So, can I just, sorry, where do people find it?
Free Range.
Gallery.
339
Oh,
Wellington Street,
yeah,
Perth.
339.
So if you on Wellington Street, drop by, see what's.
Just if
there's
you-
something
if you're
always
at
on there, pretty much.
Tarkers,
Yeah.
Go away from
between-
the train station.
East.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
east. Yeah,
Next
But
to the
not
Army
very far.
Surplus store.
less than a block.
Yeah, there's a big army surplus store.
Yeah.
And so there's always something, pretty much always something on there.
Yeah.
Just in between like install and destall, there'll be like downtime, but
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much there'll be an exhibition consistently.
And you were just mentioning the website, which I think Alex designed.
Yeah, which I think is freerange.org.au.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
So you can see what's, I think on that website, freerange.org.au, you can see what's been
Coming
and
up.
gone,
Yeah.
what's coming up, what
You can
they've
see
in the
the
past.
format of our talk today, which is
Yeah.
past, present, and future, all on the website.
Yeah. Yeah. Similar, maybe I was inspired by. I don't know if there's a good format. We can discuss the format of this show later. It can evolve.
I'm
because
sure
this
it's
is
an
a
evolving.
You can edit it.
Yeah.
evolving thing. Yeah. So is there anything else? Any good exhibitions you've been to there?
At Free Range. Well, there was one last night which I wasn't at because I was working, but I hear that was good. Yeah, they've pretty much all been, well, all the ones that I've seen have been interesting, and yeah, it's good. It's good to see like really sort of different artwork as well, and very varied as well, like lots of different mediums, which has been good.
Anything else you've seen?
The Outers art space has opened up. We went
Where's
to
that?
the opening there. That's
Wolf Lane.
in off Wolf Lane, yeah. It's
Okay.
like connected to the cafe, but that's a new artist run initiative that's just been opened up by Lizzie Delps, who's a Perth artist herself, but she's kind of set the whole thing up. So yeah, that's been kind of, well, they've only had one show. I think it's still going.
So what's the deal there?
Well, it's
How do you
just-
get into it? How do you
It's
get
an agreement with the cafe
Mhm.
management, and so they've just got like a loft space and I don't know, some other bits and pieces like wall access and stuff. So I think they've got a Facebook group as well, which is really their main point of contact at the moment.
It's free to
Oh, yeah,
have an
it's
exhibition.
So how do
You
people
have-
find that? How do you search? Search
Uh,
Facebook for it.
I just
Outers.
search Outers.
Art
How do you spell that?
space. ALDAS.
Okay.
And then you just submit
I'm
an
an alpha.
application, which
Yeah, yes. I was
is
thinking.
assessed and
Mash.
if successful.
You did
it's
the
free.
mash. Monster.
So, someone was
A few
talking.
tangents there going. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. Check out Alders on Facebook. And so, how do people get involved with it? If someone wants to plug, if someone wants to put an exhibition on Free Range, how do people go about that?
You just go to the website and you can download a proposal form. I mean, or you can email straight away one of the people and just say when you were thinking of having an exhibition, I think, and then find out what the availability is like, because it's actually quite booked up at the moment into next year. And then if that sort of works out, like there's a free space that you could use, then you can download the proposal form, fill it out and send it in, and we sort of assess them on a
Monthly.
monthly basis. So within a month you should find out, and yeah, if the space is available, and sort of we just look for, I suppose, a certain quality of, to show the person is sort of seems like they're
You're not setting up a
Dedicated.
brothel in there.
that they have like
Although-
a
like
kind
serious
of
or-
sincere commitment
yeah.
to
Mm.
what they're doing, then that's pretty much what we're looking for.
But really, like, I don't know. I like to think of it as being as open as possible to.
It's
Lots of
basically just a
different
room
kinds of-
that you can just do anything with. Right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's got a
And
nice
so there's
ceiling
it's
too.
two spaces you can go to, Alders and Free Range, to check out things.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Well, those would be two like pretty new things that have been happening.
yeah.
I can't really think of much else.
Any music you've been to?
To be honest, no, I really haven't been to much.
Alex, what have you been up to?
Oh yeah. Well, I've been moving house into this North Perth place, and yeah,
It feels like we're sponsoring North Perth, just plugging it like
Yeah.
North Perth.
I've said it like 10 times now.
People in North Perth want to pay us for their reputation. Contact us at fn.jimmerish.com.
Donations. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of inspiration, I've been trying to find it in like creating a workable space, and it's a bit hard when you're moving house. And even before I moved, if I sort of found myself not able to really do anything, because all I'm thinking is, well, there's no point doing anything now because I'm moving. Now that I'm in this new place, I've got to set up. I've set up my room. I've built a little stage for my table, and prop my keyboards on and stuff. So I'm just in the process of preparing myself for creativity. And recently I haven't really found any inspiration because I've just been too many distractions. But usually how it works is if I go to a gig or something, or the album I'm listening to at the time is usually...
Any good albums?
Um,
What's hip and happening?
well, I got a bit
See,
late
I'm,
onto
like, classy.
the bandwagon, the In Rainbows Radiohead album
Oh, yeah.
bandwagon. I had it for ages, but I just never listened to it, and so I'm pretty into that at the moment. I had a little bit of a listen to Grizzly Bear the other day. There's a video clip for one of their new songs. It's pretty amazing. They're just sitting down, so simple, and it's a very vocal-driven song, which is what I like a lot. It's when there's a lot of vocal harmonies going on. It's pretty cool. You can just take the instruments out, and you've got a great song just based on the vocals. But yeah, this clip's pretty interesting. You should see it. So there's 4 people in the band, and they're just sitting down looking at the camera, and it's a bit unsettling. They look a bit creepy. Yeah, they got these weird sort of childish smiles and their glowing cheeks, and by the end of it they explode. But it's in a really nice way.
Yeah, nice. As long as it's a nice.
Yeah, it's a nice explosion in the head.
I was watching Mythbusters the other day, and they blew up this dummy, and they put like red chalk, like the actual sticks of chalk. So when it blew up, I don't know, bits of chalk came out,
like red chalk, so it looked a bit gruesome.
Like bits of appendix coming out, but it's not wet. It's just chalk, like you would draw on a chalkboard.
Why do they use that? What was the experiment
maybe it
for?
adds weight as well as being red. It's red chalk.
It's a bit traumatic.
Anyway, it's not a tangent.
Yeah.
No one has any answers for that. Why do they use chalk in these dummies?
Yeah.
Crash test dummies. I don't know.
They used a pig once. They're like shooting a pig, like a dead pig.
Oh, a dead pig. Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to work out, in movies where people get shot and they get blown away, and they're trying to work out, does Hollywood just make that up, or do people actually get blown away when they get shot? And so
what do you mean, like they fall back a few steps?
Yeah, like fall back. In Hollywood movies, they get shot and they get blown through a wall or something. And they hung up a massive pig when they were shooting it. Yeah, close it. Anyway, that's another tangent. Segue.
So did it work? Did it start swinging?
No,
Is that the idea?
no, it didn't. It
completely absorbed
thing. Yeah, pretty much. It sort of just goes. That means.
They actually blew it up like a live pig.
No, it was a dead pig hanging out. I think, maybe. It looked pretty dead.
Did they eat it afterwards?
Probably.
I've cooked
Bacon.
so many servings of bacon today.
Why?
Any
Cafe.
talk about eating pigs isn't very exciting. I worked at a cafe this morning.
Oh, okay. And you cook bacon?
Yeah, it's a weekend thing. People just order a lot of bacon on the weekend. It's like
So you're kind of like a bacon chef. Is that?
How ironic.
I am just the cook there. I do
You're a
do
cook?
the food. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, she quit today, so she's actually.
Oh,
yes.
right. Okay.
Only
Scratch
for another
that.
week, so
Well, that is the past, so
yeah.
I haven't. Yeah, I've been pretty busy. Well, I did my backing last week, so I was in bed for like a week,
Oh.
and
That's good.
so I missed a whole lot of shows that I was meant to go to. I went and saw this week. I went and saw Equus at the Perth Theatres Company's Equus a few weeks ago, and I didn't really like that. But people got naked. That's why it's famous. And so all the girls in it were like, ooh, because there's some guy from some famous TV show getting naked.
Harry Potter.
I saw the Box, the movie The Box, and the movie Moon. They're not really Australian movies, but
Were they good?
yeah, they're both pretty interesting. Not like brilliant or anything. The Box is pretty insane. But it's like about NASA freaking out about people coming from Mars and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. And set in the 70s, so it's kind of.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, we don't have much to talk about, but maybe we'll have more to talk about as things go on.
Yeah.
As people-
Established that
Yeah, stuff.
there's something.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go see something cool so I can talk about it. Well, Campbell and I, who is another artist that is on the committee at Campbell White, who's at Free Range, we had an exhibition a couple of weeks ago at Free Range just a one night only exhibition, so I did something for that, and I've never been back.
You've never been back?
No,
You're
well,
on the
all the
website.
openings are on
Uh,
the weekends, which I work,
yeah. I know.
and then I don't go to the city to go see it, but I should do. But then most of the things I've seen look like they're like live pieces, like you can't just walk in. Or at least
only
the
a
major
couple.
appeal is actually seeing it happen.
Yeah. I think
don't
there's
know.
been a couple. I don't know. You really have to look on the website to find the details because the gallery open times are kind of different all the time as well. So depending on each show.
I also had some people at work talking about some like car boot sale at Pika.
Yeah.
Did you guys go to that?
Yeah, we did something about it.
Yeah.
What did you guys
was
do?
our-
That was the
project.
popcorn makers.
Do you talk about that? Is that the present?
That's the past, actually.
Well, we can talk
talk
about it as the present because it's.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
a week ago.
So
it's
moving on
It's
to
pretty the
So what have you done
I
last
actually have
week?
to leave pretty soon as well. So
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
I'll
right,
show
yeah,
you
yeah,
some
That's
stuff.
the future.
Yeah.
The future's
I'm
going.
gonna do the
haven't it?
present
Future's
now.
coming. Oh no.
Run into the future. Or ride, actually.
Back into the future.
ride off
In
into
my
the
dress.
future.
With my
Yeah.
dress billowing.
To the
in the wind.
So what was the car? Tell me what the setup. What's the?
Okay. The setup was 80 milk crates.
Well, the whole
no.
car boot sale.
Oh.
Just
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what was
so
the
the
event?
premise for the whole thing was, Pika runs I think it's an annual.
So let's
part
just
of
get this straight.
Northbridge
This is the
Festival.
latest project of
The Intercollective.
Intercollective.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was part of the Northbridge Festival, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's heaps of other stuff going on.
Yeah. So the closing weekend of the Northbridge Festival on the Sunday, Pika. Well, there's lots of things happening. There's a little stages set up on James Street and free music and performing arts, I think, and things happening. And then up in like the cultural centre around Pika, they close all of that off, and it's pretty much just like a market. But the aim is more that artists could come and sell their own artwork. Or I mean, people who'd make clothes could sell clothes, and basically just people who make things can sell them. So
Yeah, so it's meant to be like a market with a bit of a difference, I suppose. And yeah, they had live music and live entertainment and stuff. So we were one of the live entertainment things.
So what did you guys do?
Where do we start?
You got some milk crates.
We got hold of 80 milk crates. Well, we got them from the tip. 80 milk crates, and we
they
made
say, do they say like property of Browns?
yeah,
they're all different.
Well, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Pura,
Yeah.
Browns.
So they have a whole section for milk crates at the tip, or you have to.
No, they're all in
They're-
one
yeah,
section
they're in
with
one
bread
section.
crates.
Yeah, just a side note, if you haven't been to the tip, it's a really interesting place, and
Which
it's
tip is this?
totally established,
Balcatta.
so
Balcatta.
really well organised, and like
Well, there's
one
like
of the best
tip.
shopping experiences.
Yeah, and then there's sort of like the recycling
so you have to buy the
centre
stuff.
that you have to buy
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stuff, but they've kind of sorted it all out into, it's like a big sort of outside op shop. It's kind of fun.
So
Yeah,
how
it's
much
good.
does a milk crate cost?
$1.
So you bought $80 worth of milk crates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We had like 35 kilos of popcorn,
Yeah.
unpopped.
How much does that cost?
Popping kernel. It's about $60 for a 25-kilo bag, and then we bought another $20 worth.
And where do you buy
Cookles.
that amount of popcorn from?
Yeah, cool.
You don't go to like
Where
Woolworths to get the
else?
microwave. Oh, the coolest.
Yeah, we got like a whole sack, like the ones that they'd have.
Can you
out.
just get regular dried corn and just chuck
Yeah.
that in? That's basically what it
That's
is.
what it is.
There's nothing special about popcorn.
No.
I don't
It's
think
just
so.
corn.
It's
Why
just
do they
like
call it popcorn? It's just
corn kernels. Yeah. So anyway,
I'm
and we had we borrowed 12 individual little like home appliance popcorn makers. So they were all different. We had lots of different variety in the brands, like Poposaurus,
Cornelius.
and, Cornelius, Crazy Popper,
Crazy Popper.
Popcorn Factory,
Lots of brands.
Tiffany.
Mega Popper.
Mega Popper.
Oh, these are the popcorn makers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had 12 of those.
What was the best one? What was the best?
Was it
Popcorn
Sunbeam?
Factory.
Oh yeah,
Popcorn
Popcorn
Factory.
Factory. Yeah. Just a bit of a plug if you're thinking of buying a popcorn maker.
Yeah,
We
are
can
the
recommend
experts.
from
from
a lot
like
of
4
experience.
hours.
And so you got these. You got people to lend them, or you had to go out and find them.
We just put out a request, as you probably saw.
Yeah. I don't have a popcorn. but-
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we did that, and then we just went and picked them up and borrowed them, and yet to return them actually. Sorry to anyone we've still got.
Got more corn to pop.
Anyway, so then we were performing for, was it 4 hours? Just for the whole time of the car boot sale. We were standing, the three of us, behind this wall of crates that kind of came out like a playpen sort of thing, and we were just constantly popping popcorn out of the popcorn makers into people's hands or clothing, scarves, whatever they could catch it in.
Yeah, and we had a canvas drop sheet on the grass as well, so those popcorn sort of just getting popped onto the ground, or if people wanted to eat it, into whatever they could find. We made cones, but we ran out after about half an hour, so
people had to get creative. It was interesting.
Did anyone put it in a shoe? Like, they should take a shoe off?
No,
people put it in their
handbags.
The funniest thing I saw was someone
my God,
into
free
their
popcorn.
sunglass case.
Mm.
It was like her Gucci sunglasses case, and she was holding it up and turning it around to make sure she got it all filled up nicely.
So, sorry, when the milk cartons, they make a wall around you.
Crates.
Is that the idea?
Oh, they just
milk
made
crates.
it was just really like
We were standing in
a
there's
wall
3
so that we
windows.
could stand everything. Yeah.
In the wall of Pika, so we were each in a window on like the
Oh, so
window
it
sill.
separated you from the other artists there? Is that
There was
the-
no other artists really doing anything.
No,
there was
yeah,
just other stalls,
like other
and
stalls.
stuff. But the wall was just directly in front of us,
Mhm.
and then extended out away from us, like onto the grass up until it came to the bricks. So basically, we were just standing behind like one wall of crates.
And with all
So
the
you were
the
hidden.
popcorn makers. Well, they came up to about our waist, and then the popcorn makers were sort of just at the perfect height for us to scoop the corn in and just manage the popcorn
okay,
makers.
cool.
Yeah, so people could see.
So we were elevated, but
Yeah.
like
Because the
Yeah.
windowsills
You were
were
standing on
off the
crate?
ground.
Milk crate?
we were standing in the
windowsills.
windowsills.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was fun. We had a really good.
So how high
Response
was the
from
popcorn
everybody,
off the ground? Like, with people had to lean up?
No,
to it?
like
No.
small children probably had to
Well, they just
extend
were
their
like looking up
arms,
and just kind
Ah,
of.
okay,
fully.
cool.
or if they're really little,
Yeah.
parents held them.
So now you've taken those 80 milk crates and you've
And-
turned it into a stage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All 80 of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you've stacked them up and then put some boards over them.
Yeah, boards and carpet.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
Pretty cool.
So how was the reaction? Did you have fun? People have.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
People got right into it, and once we ran out of cones,
Did you butter them or put icing sugar
We
or
had
stuff like that?
melted butter in spray bottles and icing sugar in a little shaker and some salt shakers.
so
so
people
people-
had the option.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it was self-service. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it was really nice.
So we better keep moving on.
Yeah, I've
Um,
got to go.
Like now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So what's the
Bye.
future
Bye,
for you,
Anna.
Anna? Just
Well, Hobart.
when's that?
I'm probably going to leave in January.
Oh yeah.
January 11. At the moment.
January
is the
11?
plan. Yeah.
Got a date on it.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Cool. Okay.
So
Happy birthday, everyone! I'm leaving.
Yeah. I think it seems like a good plan. So we're just waiting to hear back from that. We've all put in our applications at the end of October. They were due, and so hopefully we'll hear back pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like we've all spoken to people over there, and it seems I don't see why there's.
So you're just
reason
going
why
there, or
we
did you
would-
get like a grant or a place?
Well, we all apply for scholarships as well.
Mm.
So, but that's more just like a
That
would
was
be
kind
a
of a
bonus.
loss.
You're going
So-
regardless.
Yeah.
So why Hobart?
Oh, we're going to study, like to do honours.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
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 So
like
we've all
at the
applied.
university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So even if you don't get the scholarship, you're still going to study there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, hope if we can get Hex.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And is anything about this? We're talking about speech now.
Yeah.
So what's your idea?
Well,
think it was your original
yeah.
one.
Well, because someone was telling me that they're part of a group called Toastmakers, and you can just kind of a group gets together and everyone just prepares like a quick, maybe 5-minute speech on any sort of topic. I don't know how often they even do it, maybe once a month. And the idea is, you just kind of learn to be better at public speaking, and I suppose communicating, like if you have an idea or something you're interested in, just in a kind of clear way, and possibly to people who sort of know nothing about the topic that you're interested in. So I just thought, well, maybe we could do it in an art context, or maybe it could be as general as that as well. Like people who want to talk about their art can do that. Other people want to talk about anything.
Politics.
Anything that sort of is interesting them. So the idea was, just in a really informal sort of way to get a group of people together, one night, maybe every couple of weeks or something, and everyone just give like a 5-minute talk. I don't know if it should be like a discussion as well, or you just give the speech.
You know what? I
and
was watching
that's
this
it,
TV show the other day, and they joined a debate team.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do debating?
I
in high
did
school?
debating in high school. Yeah.
I can imagine you'd be awesome.
It'd be funny
at
to
it.
do something like that.
Yeah, it's
On
quite...
Alex's stage, we get a crowd to
Yeah.
cheer on, and
We could, well, that's, I don't know,
By
I feel like
applause,
it
we
could,
applaud it.
maybe evolve into something like that, or...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it could
can-
be just different every kind of
Alternate,
time
yeah.
that we do it.
Yeah, or, because the thing is, we
have you
maybe
guys gone to the soapbox in Perth, where there's they have people standing up on some box?
I went to the soapbox in England where it
Oh.
originated, like in Hyde Park. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly it's religious crazies, but
Yeah.
I've seen some cool things going on.
Yeah.
This is the one in Perth.
Oh yeah, me and Alex saw that, didn't we?
Mm.
Yeah. They were walking around with Bibles trying to...
I always see that guy that's talking about, like, the injustice to men
Oh,
or something. He's, like, kind of he thinks that feminism or something's, like...
that's
He's, like, a
pretty
victim of
interesting.
feminism. He's like,
Aw.
men have rights too. I don't know, I've never actually really listened to what he's saying, but he seems to get pretty into it.
So we'll I guess we'll discuss this later. We'll evolve it more.
Yeah,
But we could
well,
have
it's just
people
a-
speaking.
Well, I
an
thought maybe
audience.
we could have, like,
we could
also-
record it and also put it at the
Yeah.
end of the podcast.
Yeah.
And we could have like a topic. I don't know if we want to have a topic each week or just leave it really open, or we could start off just leaving it open and then see how we...
Did you guys watch Ted?
I had a bit of a look through the website. I didn't watch anything fully, but I had a bit of a
You
browse.
should
through
go
it. I thought it was
look through, and
interesting.
there's amazing people talking.
And people
Ted,
rate
the
it,
idea
or
of TED
like-
is you have 18 minutes to talk. That's your cut-off time, and you can talk about whatever you want. And they just get all sorts of creative people to come. And the audience pays $6,000 a ticket to go, and that pays for everyone to fly in.
$6,000.
Yeah, but then they put it all free online, so only the rich people go.
Ah.
But that pays for everyone to come, to fly everyone in to get all these amazing people from around the world.
Hmm.
Anyway, you should check out. There's like comedy, there's politics, there's people talking about the environment, there's people talking about art, and you never know what's going to go. Anyway, Anna's got to go.
Yeah.
Thank everyone. Thank
Okay.
Anna.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Anna.
Thanks, Anna.
Alright.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my shoes.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Is there anything else you're doing in the present, Claire?
I'm going to be having an exhibition at Free Range in January.
Mm-hmm. So
From
you started working
the
on that?
6th till the 14th, I think. Yeah, well, it's actually like it'll be of my painting work. So
Yeah.
I've got quite a body of work already that is ready to go, and I'll probably just do a couple more, and then I just have to sort of work out what's going to go in and what's going to have to stay out, because it's not a really big space, and my paintings are really big, so they need a lot of breathing space around them. So yeah, so that's kind of cool. And I just recently did, well, this is sort of still present, moving into the future, but I did some artwork for Klein and Tan's recent release, which hasn't
Music
been,
release.
Yeah, he hasn't actually released it yet, which is why it still fits into
Yeah.
the future category.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, that's getting printed, I think, this week, and he's taking that to Japan, so that's pretty exciting. And yeah, that's really it for now. I'm just actually trying to wind things up because it's been pretty crazy up until now. So
And what are you working on at the moment, Alex? I know you're moving. You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. We've got this album. We got a grant to do this album.
Oh, cool. So what was that? What's that all about?
The grant.
How do
or the
kiddies get
album?
grants?
It's through the DCA, Department of Culture and Arts, and basically just you have to do up an application. Pretty
Like,
much.
we want to make an album.
Yeah,
To develop ourselves as artists. Kind of thing.
Yeah, you just have to prove that you're worthy of free money. So yeah, we stated our case and just said, look, this is our plan. We're going to record an album. We're going to do this. We're going to tour with it. We're going to service it to radio and whatnot.
So where do you how do you allocate the money? So you got the grant.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Is that so you like studio hire or?
Yeah. Also, we
paying
make a
a professional to edit it or what do you call mix it?
Yeah, it's an engineer, and we're self-producing it, so we don't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
And then you got mixing, mastering, and obviously recording first, and then mastering, which is another process. And then when you've done that, you got to press it. You got to print the artwork, so you got artwork done. Then it's a case of sending them out to radio or to publications for reviews and whatnot. And then you got to work out how to get people to know that you've got an album out, so you got a gig and that. But that's where you start recouping your expenses. But in this case, a lot of our expenses are covered by the grant, but still it's going to be quite a expensive project. So that's the album's what I'm primarily working on at the moment, because I'm basically the artist behind the project. Everyone else is sort of doing other things, which kind of works for me because I like to work by myself.
Now, what is the setup of the band for this album?
That's a bit all over the place at the moment too. The setup at the moment, I mean, for the actual recording of the album, it might just end up being myself and Adam Weston, the drummer. Just based on the fact that I know all the songs, and it might be easier for me to do all the parts as well.
Yeah, cheaper and
obviously when you get into a studio, time's ticking,
money,
and time is money, and you don't want to be dicking around with a bit of music.
And stuff.
Is this the way how the bit goes, or like is that all right? You just want to get in and get it done. The lineup as well is getting a bit of a shake up. We've introduced a keyboard player. I guess you could call it a keyboard player. Is using his Mac Mini and MIDI controllers, and Reason. It's a software program which you put samples in. So basically, you can use any instrument or animal sound if you want.
This is pretty much create his own
Pigs.
Pigs, yes.
Synthesizer.
It's bacon sound.
Yeah.
The sound of
Crackling
cooking
bacon.
bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
If
It's
we
just
want.
burnt into my memory.
Poor piggy. So tasty. But you were alive.
You actually hear them squeal
Oh,
when you
yeah.
cook the bacon. You can hear it like...
It's having fun.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, I watched this show called Deadwood, which is like about cowboys and stuff.
I've
And,
heard of it.
And they kill people and feed them to pigs. So pigs would eat us if they had a chance, apparently.
Yeah, it's illegal in Australia now to feed pigs
Humans.
meat. Because they're actually omnivorous, so they eat both meat and like vegetable matter. Well, yeah, but in Australia it's illegal to feed pigs meat now.
Because of like the hormones or something.
I'm not sure. I haven't researched it enough. I thought maybe it would be in case they got like a taste for blood and then
Mammal blood.
decided to attack the human race or something. I don't know. I don't know. That sounds kind of likely to me.
I heard
take over the world.
what are there's a cool
Animal
TED talk
farm.
about this guy who says the top 9 ways that the world's going to end, and one of the top ones is that because we keep in our culture industry we keep giving antibiotics to our sick animals, and that they're helping make all these diseases become immune to our antibiotics, and soon there's going to be some killer disease made by. That's probably how swine flu started.
Yeah.
That's what swine flu was supposed to be. It was supposed to kill us all.
Yeah. So you were saying, Brett, you made this like custom synthesizer. I don't know. What you...
It's not really custom. It's just actually the enclosure he's made for the actual physical hardware is pretty cool.
Hmm.
He's put it inside an organ case.
Don't
And
give it
So it's
away.
portable.
Yeah, I shouldn't give it away.
Patented.
It's,
It's
all you can see
awesome.
on stage is this little old retro organ enclosure.
And inside is
And inside
technological
is-
magic.
Yeah, magic.
Does he use a keyboard as well, though? He does, doesn't he? Still? Like, along with all the other stuff?
What sort of keyboard? A computer keyboard?
No, like a... Yeah,
a
like
MIDI controller.
keys.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's how he would play the keys.
Yeah.
So, now he might not be involved in the recording process. Will you be incorporating like keyboard elements so that in the album, or that would be just for live performances?
No, it'll definitely be on the album as well. He might be involved in that as well, that process. Obviously, it's a lot easier to work out living with him.
Yeah.
'Cause I see him every day.
Drive each other nuts.
Yeah.
But he's got an Xbox.
After jam. Yeah, he does have an Xbox, which is going to pave the way for a lot of creativity.
Do you have Xbox Live?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, Brett has. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Do you have the internet in the house?
Hell yeah.
Man,
Trying
I
to
wish
set
I
up
want to
my
get a
own-
new job just so I can upgrade my internet because I just use it so much.
What plan
We're
are
just
you on?
like we're only like 15 days into a month and we've already downloaded 100 gigs of stuff.
Whoa.
It's like, I don't know what's going on.
Jesus, we've got 30 and 30 gig, like that naked DSL plan. And that's massive for
I don't
us.
know. Well, we've got 3 people all just getting so much stuff. Like,
Hmm.
I'm just addicted to internet. This is going out on it, so if this gets shaped tomorrow, I can't do any more stuff like this. Although I don't think it affects upload speed, but anyway.
Is it naked DSL?
No,
Oh, okay. Naked DSL.
because
that's-
mum and dad want to keep the phone line for security, and they hopefully pay for that. Hopefully, I don't have to pay for that because we don't ever use the landline.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
after paying so much for my own phone and then the internet as well, you don't really need one. Anyway, that was total tangent. So,
No, internet.
so you're going to incorporate keys into the recording process that you're going to play yourself?
Yeah. It'll be pretty easy because I can
So
pretty
you
much
have 5 people in the
pre-record
band now? We have 5.
Yeah, there will be. It's kind of not quite sure how many people are in the band
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah. But the last gig I went and saw, it was 5.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
5. That's the most
huge
number of
for
people.
Alex.
Yeah,
We started with
Start-
like just 3.
yeah. Then I went down to 2.
Yeah.
Me and Sons of
Yeah,
Rico
you-
Classic.
Classic would,
Yeah,
yeah.
where I was
2.
playing drums. Yeah, so I've had all the numbers except for 1.
I think now you need to get like a trombonist or a violinist, either the new hip thing.
Yeah, I've thought about that. Like just for novelty.
Or a
gigs.
celloist. Your friend with the who plays the cello?
Markella.
This is a bit of gossip.
Mm.
Is the one the cello that I met at the
Yeah.
one of the things?
Yeah.
She came into
She's moved to Curtin. She's one of those UWA to Curtin people.
oh really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she came into Kalis, right?
Yeah.
And I reckon I sitting there going, I know this girl from. I'm pretty sure it's her. So it might not be me. I'm just like, I know this from somewhere. It must be the cello girls. I was thinking that it must be one of Claire's friends.
The cello.
Anyway, so she's orders some mussels, and she's like, "No, these are no good. These mussels." So she sends them back, and then everyone's like, "Oh, these tasting and buying back," and the kitchen's like, "Yum, these are so good." Everyone's like that. So we give her some more. And she's like, "No, these are no good," and she sends it back, and we're like, "Oh, do you want to try something else if you don't like the mussels?" And she's like, "No, I just want some. I want some good mussels that are good." And then we
Good
sent out some more, and she's like, "No, these are no good." And then finally, so she wasted 3.
Wow.
Kitchen hands just had mussels, overdose for dinner. 'Cause,
And then did she finally find a set that she liked, or?
well, I got moved. Like I was doing something
Ah.
else, so I didn't get to see what she found. I think she got some squid, maybe.
Perfectionist.
Wow.
But she was pretty fussy. I've never had 3 people order 3 sets of mussels and send them back. But usually people give up after that.
That's amazing.
She doesn't strike me as that kind of person. Anyway, if you're listening,
Maybe they're
Markella-
really bad. I didn't try them. They may be really bad. The
Maybe
the
they
chef's
were
just a really anal, and anyone hates the food. They're like, oh no, no way! This is the greatest food ever. And You never know. So maybe they were just squidging.
Somebody sent back toast to me because I made it. He ordered it thinly sliced, and it wasn't thin enough. And he
Did
looked
you slice
at me.
it?
I sliced it. And he looked at me. He gave it back to me. He was like, "This is too thin. I can't eat that." No, sorry. This is too thick. I can't eat that. And like I would think out of all the things, that's the only thing anyone's ever sent back to me. And I'd think out of all the things, like thin toast. If you want thin toast, that just means you want less bread. So surely you could just eat like half of the thick piece of toast and it would be kind of okay. But
maybe
not.
he
So
couldn't
then I
fit in
made
his
him.
mouth.
I made him like a super like biscuit thin one, and I was like, "There you go, eat that." You fuck.
Moral of the story
you
is
gonna say
the moral of the story is don't order toast from Claire.
No, I make great breakfast,
Oh, okay.
but don't order it
Lots
because
of
I'll
pigs
hate you.
Died in the making of Claire's
Oh.
toast.
I do make good poached eggs.
Oh, speaking of artworks, me and Alex have been playing Modern Warfare 2 this week, and that is like a new. It's a video game. It's a new art form,
Yep.
and it's just pretty insane.
It's
like a roller coaster ride with death, lots of death and
lots
violence.
of death and civilian casualties. No, the aesthetics are amazing. There's some scenes you'll look around and it's like this is too real.
Yeah,
It's not the whole thing, but just every now and again you'll see something that just has so much attention to detail. It makes me cry.
yeah.
When you're suddenly forced to kill all those real-looking people.
You have a
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, sometimes you have a
Alex
choice.
is like, yeah. I don't know if he did. That's what my brother do. He's like, yes, I get to kill civilians.
There's some bits it's like, okay, you can take these guys out or we can move past them.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Did you play the Call of Duty 4?
No.
You should.
I'm only playing this because it's in the house.
Yeah.
I don't own it. It's just there.
Yeah, anyway, so that's an interesting new art form, and I was like, really, like, I think it brought a new level of. I mean, the first one was pretty amazing as well, but this one was like, they made it shorter and more intense and like more insanely epic than ever.
I find computer games pretty interesting. I mean, every time I mention a computer game, Claire rolls her eyes.
That's not true. You can't see my eyes right now.
No, yeah. No,
I just put on some dark glasses
yeah.
for those listening
the
at
camera's
home.
been looking at me all night. So you're right.
Oh, I
Um,
didn't realise there was a camera. Are we being filmed? Like, can people actually see this?
It's out of focus, but yeah.
Oh.
There's Claire and Alex. A little one.
I've been just like sitting around
Yeah.
picking at my nails, so
Computer
Sorry.
games are... Computer
We had
games are
4
pretty
people tune in today, so.
sweet. Oh, really?
But they've already left, so.
Mm.
Yeah, computer games.
Yeah. Just the how much work goes into them and how they, you have artists working on bits and pieces like the skinning for trees and leaves and just how you achieve realism in a game.
Yeah.
Like movement and stuff, like how the people are moving in this game.
Yeah.
It's just really amazing.
Well, what I think would be interesting is maybe a less of a focus on realism and like what if you were playing a completely abstract game? Like
There are
I
games
think
like that.
Yeah,
that's where gaming is limited. Like it's just too much on this. Like, I mean, I guess it's just sort of satisfying the consumer, but I think like there's so much room for more interesting things to happen, which just haven't yet. Like there's a lot of artists who do like kind of work, and I think like the whole idea of play is really exciting as well, like to artwork.
Interaction.
And gaming has the potential for that, but what I roll my eyes at is more just like sort of like
senseless killing.
churning out like mainstream kind of like games that don't really challenge the person to do anything more than just like passive kind of.
Well, it's like movies. Like you can Hollywood churns out a whole lot of shit, but every now and again, I mean, it might be a shit movie, but there could be a whole lot that you appreciate in it in
Like
terms of its.
Transformers 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what the story was in it, but it was just amazing
Yeah.
cinematography and some of the most photoreal special effects I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, that's why there's this new movie coming this week. I haven't seen it until 2012, which is just
Oh yeah.
they're all special effects, but they've just
I've
they
heard
hired
about
the
it.
world's worst cinematographer to do it, and it just looks awful. Like I'm gonna go see it, but I'm worried I'm gonna vomit, so I'm gonna take a sick bag into the scene. But see, like Michael Bay, he at least gets the best photography, and it's like, yeah, I want to make this so awesome. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like with games, I mean, there are abstract games. I mean, I'm not a gamer, so I don't know what the latest things are at the moment. But you have the high end realism, like photorealism games, like Call of Duty, and then you have games like that one that Tanya's playing. So, like, it's just really
Scribblenauts.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
There's one where you write in something and it appears. Yeah,
and
yeah,
and that's
Scribblenauts.
just it's almost pixelated
Yeah,
because it's just so cartoony. Still, that has elements of realism. Like you've got people and they're walking around and stuff, and it's cartoony. Yeah, it's just that it's cartoony, so it's not photorealistic. But yeah, it would be cool if there were more popular, completely abstract games.
Yeah. Well, they
Just like
it's such a
immersive
cliche to talk about, but there was a game that came out this year called Flower. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about it.
And you start off as like flower, and the pedal drops off, and then you become that pedal, and you actually look like the wind, and you get to blow this pedal around, and then you go over other flowers and take off their petals.
I think
And
we
you
saw that on Good Game.
float
Yeah,
around.
Good Game,
Good game, yeah. Have you heard about the controversy?
Yeah.
Hex.
Young.
So you float around, you pick up other petals, and when you go over each flower and pick up a petal, it makes a sound. So then you're sort of making your own music by doing the flowers in a certain order, and then it's just sort of this world where you're going through grass, like long leaf grass, and brushing through it with the wind, and it's sort of just an experience. Like there's no point, there's no scoring, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
It's just about the experience of game, creating your own experience. And there's other games like that, like Res HD, which you sort of make your own. You sort of fly through shooting things, but when you hit them, you make a sound, and so you can make your own sort of remix track by playing it. And
And those games exist, but obviously they're not going to be as popular as the mainstream ones because it's just comes down to demand and what people want and what's going to sell.
Yeah.
Just like Hollywood, and the gaming industry's, getting as almost as big as Hollywood.
Yeah. But I mean, there's like heaps of interesting stuff. There's one game that came out recently. It's like for Mac and Windows. There's a demo out there. I can't even remember. It's Machine Animator or something. And it's just about this little robot. You're walking through a tip and you're picking up pieces and to solve problems. And it's really nice artwork. And there's a game called Braid, which is sort of like Mario but done in like watercolors. And it's more puzzle based than actual platforming. You can get that for Mac and Windows. You can get the demo at least if you want to try it. And
Yeah, I do.
yeah, Braid.
I love
Search
puzzle
BRAID. It's sort of like Mario with watercolors in.
And I love watercolors.
And the music's kind of like quite interesting selection of music in it and stuff like that.
You know that Left 4 Dead 2 was censored in Australia. We're gonna not bring it out even here. And basically they've just disabled, I don't know, limbs coming off and things like that, and blood and stuff. I don't even know what it should look like. But yeah, it's pretty silly. I mean, then you've got Call of Duty, where
which is MA15.
Yeah, and you play one scene as a terrorist, well, like undercover with a bunch of terrorists, and you mow down. It's like part of the mission. You have to kill all these people in an airport. It's like, whoa, that's I
really confronting.
Yeah, I'd have, if I was a kid, I'd have more epic nightmares from that scene of terrorism than limbs flying off of zombies that sort of look like humans.
Yeah.
I think it's silly.
And that's just crazy. Like the Call of Duty people who make that, they know it's the most popular game around, so they design it so that it would be classed as MA15. It passes the rules. Yet Left 4 Dead, which is not realistic at all, is censored because we don't have an R rating, which is insane. It's one of the most insane things there is. We don't have an R rating, like just because one dude in South Australia is like, the kids might get the game. Well, the kids are getting the game now because they make these games to fit your technical specs of what the censorship be, but they're really just as gratuitously violent as they were before. Rather than if you set it as R, they could let the games be R, and then kids at least have to give some fake ID when they go buy it, or ask their parents to do it, and their parents, up to the parents to be responsible.
Yeah, it's the parent. I mean, they're going to play it anyway. If the parents, I mean, Paul, who lives with one of my friends, his girlfriend, her parents are like mad gamers, and like when she was growing up, she was just given a computer and like told to play, play with her parents, and their parents play with people in Sweden. They're getting like presents because they're all made friends and send presents. These are her parents, and like obviously I don't know what games they used to play, but it could have easily been something like Doom, or if it was today it would be Call of Duty, and it's up to the parents to know whether they should be exposing their kids to this kind of violence, and it's not I guess it is a cultural thing for us to work out what's appropriate for kids, but I don't think it should be necessarily a law, to ban things, because if you ban it, people are going to want it more. Anyway, I can go on about that forever.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. We should talk more about this on the next podcast. So to sum up, what have we learned today, kiddies? This is the first Elusive Isolation podcast, and I don't know if it's actually going live right now. I'm sorry if it's not working properly. I'm not sure. There's some kind of bug because I had pulled it all apart last week to do something else, and then I think I've set it up wrong again. But you will be able to, hopefully this is recorded properly, and you'll be able to download this as a podcast at fm.jimmerish.com. And so hopefully we'll evolve the format and make it more rigid and less like boring.
Well, this
and
is
maybe
just an introductory one.
Yeah, and we're going to evolve this idea of a speech night. To discuss that more. I don't know if you want to discuss it now.
Live setting.
Do you have ideas?
Well,
we heard Anna talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's an interesting kind of format that we could use for all kinds of things, like whether it's a live speech night or whether it's a podcast or like a meeting or something, just to kind of give maybe some more structure to conversation, or like just as sort of key points to get conversation starting on different topics. So that's kind of that's sort of what I was thinking. But obviously, like, I think there's plenty of room for it to change, and we'll just take it as it comes. So yeah, I mean, even the next podcast, maybe we can decide, like, we can invite a few people to come and actually ask them to talk about, I don't know, one thing or another, even if they're like completely sort of varied people guarded in artistic ways or something.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I know some of those people.
I mean, ultimately, I'd like to get, at least one of the 4 seats here by a stranger, because at the moment, like, I don't know if anyone new comes. We're talking because we know each other.
Yeah.
So people probably don't even understand what we're saying. There's no like person to say, "What do you mean by that?"
Yeah.
What was the context of that? Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, well, that's what I think about, like, the speech thing anyway, and just having a short sort of condensed period of time where you have to explain something quite clearly to an audience that might not know might not be familiar with what you're talking about. It's just really good practice, and definitely something that I think it's good to do it
live,
Yeah.
Even if we only get 5 people in the audience. But.
Yeah. And, maybe then it's followed by a discussion or a dinner or something where we all kind of talk about issues that got raised or something, but or like points of interest. But I think, that's kind of...
So what do you think about that, Alex?
I think it's
having us in your backyard on the stage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that would be nice. Especially in summer.
Yeah.
Obviously not in winter, you get rained on.
Yeah.
And you got electrical equipment. I think it's really good. I mean, for me, I know if I was to participate, just makes me. I mean, even today, even just makes you, it puts you on the spot. You have to think about what you are actually doing and who you are, and like explain yourself. It just makes you, I don't know, reinforce to yourself what you're doing.
Yeah, and like if you wanted to talk about like video games or something, you could go think about
Actually,
just like what you're
forces
talking
you to
about,
talk
like
it,
why
eloquently.
maybe you could ask a question like why aren't more games going for less real, you know, that's just a nice topic that you can go on and talk 5 minutes for.
And like, you know, maybe even, you know, why enjoy these violent games even. It's a bit funny.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I went and saw an artist talk at Pika a couple of weeks ago. The artist is, man, I can't even remember his name, but he's an Australian artist. He's like a film artist, and he was just in town to give like he lives in Melbourne, but he was in Perth just to give a talk about the show, to like you know, it's just open to anybody, and I went along to that, and it was really, really nice to listen to somebody talk about their artwork, and he had this really nice balance between being quite clear and educated about what he was saying, but then also like relaxed enough to sort of like move between different rooms of the gallery, or like, you know, talk about different things, and then like be quite familiar in his address to people, but also like be talking about something relatively serious, or like stay quite focused. And I just thought that's definitely something that's important to like anyone who's creative, really, because like how often do people kind of challenge you to like explain yourself?
One of the thing that inspired me to like buy a bunch of mics to try and have some recorded discussions is like I went to this forum last year where they asked like people from the Perth dance community, people from the Perth film community come together and talk about why there aren't more dance films, because like in like Europe and even like North America, like dance films like a much bigger genre of films, or no one really makes them in WA at least. And they're asking like, the question was, why does this not happen? And it was like a circle. We got everyone around a circle, and people just had this big. It was like 20 people or so. Not everyone was speaking. Some people were just like listening in, but it was such a like epic discussion that I was just like, whoa. And I don't know if they actually recorded it, but it would be such interesting to listen back to and hear people say. And that's why I want to do this thing. Like, when people discuss things, people get a better idea what's going on. And
and it kind of solidifies things for yourself,
you know,
as well. Like,
you know,
you might have some vague ideas and whatever, and you never really think to put those in words. But when you're kind of put on the spot to talk about something to other people and make them understand, then you start to realise, I don't know. But I think it's important.
So, well, we should probably sum this up and this, and while we're ahead, if we are. And well, hopefully we'll come back in maybe 2 weeks and do another one for now.
I wonder, like, with podcasts, I mean, I've only really listened to the Ricky Gervais one. Stephen Merchant. And it is quite long. Like, I was thinking, like, for a podcast to be good, maybe it should be short and snappy, but does it necessarily need to be? I guess it's if it's consistently interesting all the way through.
Well, I find with podcasts, it's like it's not good. Like, that's more for like if you're listening to it live, it needs to be short and snappy. But if podcast, you can pause. It's like an audiobook. You can press pause, come back later, and keep listening. Like a lot of the podcasts that inspire me, like go for like 2 hours. They're like 2 hours, like the minimum 2 hours long, and like there's just 4 people just sitting down talking about a certain subject for 4 hours, you know. And they obviously have like, they'll go through the news, so it's not like they just talk about anything off the head, but if they've run out of topics, they look at what's the news headlines and go, what are these issues?
There's water on the moon.
They would be talking about that and just talking about like what that could happen, that kind of stuff. And it's so immersive, you spend more time, rather than if you listen to something that's like really heavily produced and it's like, oh, this segment, and then we have an intro song, and then it's just someone speaking the facts. It's so like, you could just read that on a website and get that information. Like I want more that for this Jimmerish FM is more as discussion and just letting it go seeing what happens. And people might not find it interesting, but some people might. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be nice. I mean, so potentially you could actually download it, put it onto your iPod and listen to
Yeah,
it.
that's the idea. Like
On the way
if
to
you've got
work.
iTunes, there's a button. You've got fm.dribberish.com. There's a button there that will send it to your iTunes, and it'll up. You have your own settings on iTunes what you would do, but I think the default is it just checks every time you turn it on for new podcasts and downloads whatever's most recent, and then when you plug your iPod in, it syncs according to if you have to set to sync all, then it will sync all. Or if you only have a small iPod, you can specify what podcast you want to sync, and or just the most recent episode kind of thing. And you can just listen to it on your computer if you want. It's just like I like to take it like when I'm on a train or something or driving, because if I get sick of music, like I've already heard these music tracks like 50 times, I'm like, I want to hear something new. I'll listen to a podcast because there's always something new and current.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway,
Or vodcast.
vodcast, yeah.
It's a video.
A very poor quality video today.
Vodka.
If you want to watch the video of this, which is pretty much
Vodka.
just the back of my head today because I didn't even aim the camera,
Vodka.
you can go to Ustream. Links on fm.jimmerish.com.
Yeah, because we look so amazing.
This is actually the
today.
Elusive Isolation podcast, which is the Elusive Isolation forum thing is at perfcreatives.blogspot.com. Some people call it Perf Creatives because that's the website address, because I created that address like ages ago before I even actually made something. And the idea is, at the moment, is like 5 people that can post or so, and then hopefully the idea is that like I first got Claire in, and then she invited Laura and Anna. They can post if they want, and hopefully it's pretty slow at the moment because no one really gets it. But but if potentially like Alex, if you want to get someone else to post it, you can send me an invite thing, and I can invite them, and then it's more like a forum because everyone's got their own website. It's more like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Come visit my website. It's just like promoting people, because we got so many hits because so many people have talked about different things that the website gets heaps of hits just from Google searching perf arts and stuff like that, and and then it sends people out to other blogs and stuff. It's like a hub.
Yeah.
I guess.
Google likes that.
Yeah.
For indexing. Yeah.
Google loves Elusive Isolation. My aim is when perfs is to get number 1. When someone types Google's perf artists, I want to come up number 1. It's not there yet. It's not even the first page yet, but it's for number 1 for perf creators, obviously. If you like.
So to increase it, you just need more links.
Yeah.
Or like even people making posts with links in them to various things.
It's meant to be quite incestuous, like, Alex goes, oh, well, check out my new website, and there's a link to that, and then he can put on his website, hey, we got mentioned on Elusive Isolation, and link it back.
I mentioned myself on this one.
Something like that. I don't know. Okay, well, thanks for coming on,
Cool.
Claire and Alex.
And Anna.
No problem.
And Anna.
Hey. Bye, Anna.
Bye, Anna. That was the whispering lady.
The whispering lady. Yeah. So, okay. The reason she was whispering was because I forgot to mention this, but when we were performing in the popcorn thing, we were whispering the whole time.
Oh, okay.
As a way to make people kind of like listen a bit closer or pay attention to like the fact that we were performing rather than just standing there. So that's why she was still whispering, because she loves the idea. And
Yeah, well, that's what
it's interesting.
I know in The Great Gatsby, Daisy used to do that. So men would have to lean in, and then they get her perfume, and they fall in love with her.
And also, well, it didn't really work today because we were all talking loudly for a purpose. But if you just whisper to somebody normally, like, it's quite likely that they'll reply back to you like,
Yeah.
why are you whispering? I don't know, why are you whispering? And like, it's just kind of, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why she was the whispering lady.
I wanted to get. I'm thinking of hiring an actor to come on and just play a character.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's just completely no one knows, because like my friends wouldn't know who they were, and to see if I can.
Yeah.
And people on that listening would be like, what's this person talking about? That don't make sense. And I'll be like, yeah, that's awesome.
You've been Jimmerished.
Make that a new phrase. Okay, yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Okay.
We'll come back with more news on the speech night concept
Yeah.
We'll post this up on perthcraves.blogspot.com, Elusive Isolation website. It'll also be up at Jimmerish FM, fm.jimmerish.com, or you just go to jimmerish.com and follow the links.
Maybe I'll put it on my blog too.
Yeah, and you post it on your Facebook when it goes online.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Tell your
Okay.
friends, hey, I was on this podcast. You can listen to me ramble crap for 90 minutes. So, yeah. See you around.
Peace out.